Hey friends, Wanda here at GNRB Farm Homestead and Sense by Me Bath and Body Care. Hey, we are in the house this afternoon. The sun has finally came back after days, but it's a little cool out there and the wind's a little breezy, so we're going to be inside for the afternoon because I want to make or get started. We're not going to be able to make it all today, but we're going to be able to get it started today. A muscle joint icy hot oil rub. And so I thought I'd bring you along with me so I can show you what I'm going to use in my blend. This blend will have to sit for 4 to 6 weeks to infuse. And I did some research on the herbs that I wanted to use. I want this this oil rub to be able so that you can rub that on there, on them legs, on that back, right? On them shoulders. Oh my gosh, anywhere that your muscles are aching and your joints. I want it to be able to penetrate into the skin. So the oil that I've chosen, there are quite a few that you can use that are good for penetrating into the skin or absorbing into the skin. You have jojoba oil. That's a good one. It lasts a long time. It doesn't go rancid. Avocado oil is very good. It absorbs well into the skin. Olive oil is good, but you got to be a little careful. The shelf life on it isn't as long as it is for jojoba or avocado. Avocado has a really nice high heat if you need it, to if you're going to use it to make a salve, if you're really going to cook it, avocado oil is a really good oil for that. So there's several ones that you can use if you're going to make like a salve. But this is going to be a rub oil, an oil rub. You're going to, we're going to, by the time we get it all done, you're just going to be able to take that oil and, rub it wherever, the back of the neck, wherever it is that you're having achiness. So that's what I want to accomplish in this. And I wanted to have an icy hot, not real icy cold, but kind of cool to a hot feel, so you can feel it penetrating into your, into the area that you're applying it to. So I did gather up some of these that I am going to use in this blend. And I always, I got this book recently. It's a medicinal herbalism book. And it has really been a great find for me to help me understand, how many parts to, one part this to, and, it talks about tinctures and rubs and every ailment that you can think of. And it's a very good book. And so I refer to this. It is a medical herbalism book, and I highly recommend that if you're getting into, herbalism and you need to learn about certain doses, if you want to know what a certain herb is, what it can do, what it's for, the side of, should pregnant women, shouldn't, Most of the time, no, pregnant women or breastfeeding women should not. They should always, everybody should consult their own physician, because I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't claim to be a doctor. I just help with what I know as far as what I would want. These herbs are naturally made, and most of all organic as possible. So we just put it out there, but we want you to do your own research as far as what herbs you're putting into your body versus, what medicines you're on, or talk to your doctor about that. Because more people really are going to a more natural, homeopathic, herbal route now with their bodies, and they finally, it's like the world has woke up and said, hey, I'm getting tired of that pill giving me this, and this when I only wanted it to do that, and now I got 5 other things I got to deal with. So yeah, people are really starting to come out more and learning, and we think it's great. And so we want to, that's what we're here for, to help you learn and inspire, and maybe show someone else, share this, what you're seeing and learning, and maybe try it for yourself. That's all you can do, is try it and see if it lessens the pain, or the achiness, or the duration of your ailment. If it's done that, then you're on the right track. So, okay, so now, all right, so I got my little notes here. Because there's several things that you can do with this, different things you can use to make your own joint and muscle oil rub, okay, naturally. There's all kinds of different herbs you can use, so I'm going to just have to, I already picked out what I want to use in this. I almost threw that in the floor. So on the first part, we're going to do, now let's just talk about let's talk about the oils that I'm going to use first. Now, this is my infused avocado oil that I use when I make our hemp CBD warming sticks and creams in the shop. So if you're one of my customers that have gotten our hemp CBD cream, whether you get the warming blend or the cooling blend, or if you get it in the stick form, this is this oil. I use it for those products. So I will be using some of this avocado infused CBD, because I did decarb it. I had a hemp flower that I decarbed, and then I infused it in this avocado oil because I like avocado oil. It's very soothing to the skin also, avocado, and avocados are good for you anyway, but the oil will absorb quickly into the skin, and it's skin loving. So what's not to love about that? So we'll be using my blend, some of this, because I'll have to probably infuse some more when we get done using this. So we're going to take some of that, not the whole, it's not going to fill the whole jar, but we will be using some of it, and then the remainder of it we will be using the straight my straight avocado oil to top it off. So We will have the mixture, but we will also have the organic avocado to top off the whole entire blend, so that it can mix in and mix in with all the other herbs that we are going to put in our jar. So, and then so the one thing that I know we're going to add, so we're going to add in our infused oil. Let me slide that book over. So we're definitely going to do that. And then we're going to add in some arnica flowers. Okay, we're adding arnica. Okay, just because arnica's great for muscle aches, wounds, inflammation. It's great for wound healing, swelling, joint pain. Arnica flower is great for that. So we will be adding in some arnica first into our jar. Well, it doesn't matter how you layer it, but we'll be doing the arnica flower. And then we will also be adding in comfrey leaf, which if you have comfrey is another wound healing, reduces inflammation. It has allotonin in it to help with new skin cells. It's skin loving. It also reduces inflammation if you have like pulled muscles or ligaments. Helps with arthritis. So it's, you know, right there along with the arnica flower. Pulling the, when you infuse it, it's going to pull all that from the plant. And that's what comfrey leaf, this is cut and sifted. I grow comfrey. We have I have the long leaf. We do grow comfrey here on our homestead. Let me see if I can grab a few. I got some sitting right here. So I just take it and I air dry it. That's from my garden. This is how, it's not quite as big as a peppermint leaf or, but it's a nice size. But when it dries, it shrivels, but it's nice and hard now. So I'll be able to use that, you know, in an infusion of any kind, or, you know, whatever I need it for. So now that it's dried. But this is our comfrey. Or you can cut and sift it, you know, if you want to do that. But comfrey is a wonderful, and you know, it's a wonderful plant to have. So I just have mine in a pot, and I go out there and I just cut out what I need, and then I just let it regrow. So comfrey leaf, you definitely need some comfrey leaf. So we're going to have arnica flower, comfrey, our 2 oils. All right, we're going to add now, we're going to add in some skin loving. You need some skin loving plants, right? And what other skin loving plant is there that I really enjoy is calendula. I grow calendula. We sell calendula during our seed plant sale in the spring. So, yeah, I dry it. This is from my yard. We have yellow and orange calendula. So, see, dried calendula. And so we're going to take some of that beautiful Beautiful calendula. We're going to take the whole flower and we'll be putting that in there. Calendula, you can use all of that. And that will help with the skin, with the oils. It's very skin loving, inflammation again. You know, these are all good antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. They're all good for inflammation. Beautiful. So we're going to add some calendula for the skin loving properties. Then, of course, everyone knows who peppermint is, right? We're going to add some peppermint leaf because peppermint is cooling. This is going to be our cooling plant. Cooling, soothing, stress relieving. That will be like your icy part of your infusion. So wonderful peppermint. Now, if you don't have peppermint, you could use wintergreen or spearmint. But I have spearmint, but I choose to use peppermint. It just has that beautiful smell, you know, that minty, lift, spring, you know, inspiring. It just, you know, when you put it on you, you know it's gonna, you know, feel that tightness that you have is gonna go away when you add peppermint to your infusion. So we'll be adding some peppermint. And then the only other thing is we're going to add some red hot peppers, crushed red hot peppers to our blend. Now, why are we adding red hot peppers? Well, I don't have any you know, the jalapeno red hot peppers. I don't have any of them, so these will work. Red crushed hot peppers, they're already dried. They make your whole blend turn a pretty red. It's going to be beautiful. As it infused, it will turn a pretty red. So, and it's going to pull all these herbs in with that crushed pepper, and that's going to give you your hot part, of course, of the oil when you're rubbing that in. So it's going to penetrate in and give you that deep heat that you need. So, and then later when we get to the other part of straining, then we'll be adding in some essential oils and some other ingredients to help with it getting down into the skin and really deep in there, and you know, a little bit more cooling because the red hot's going to be pretty intense. So and we hope all this blend will come together as we need. So then we'll just have to let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. I know, everything takes time, right? Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's worth it in the end. Okay, so I'm going to set my papers aside, so we're going to get busy. So first we're going to take our, we're going to do our oils last. So we'll set them to the side. We're going to start with our, we'll take our lid off. You need a lid and a ring. Close tight lid. I'll set that over there. I use wide mouth. It's just easier. This is a quart jar. Because naturally, you know, by the time you get all your plant matter in there, and once it's strained out, you're not getting a full quart of oil. So you might get half. So, but we start with a full quart size jar, wide mouth, so you can get your plant matter in there without trying to spill it. So we're going to do one, I believe it's, find my paper here. Okay, we're going to take the arnica, the peppermint, and the comfrey. Okay, we're going to put that in first. So we're going to take our arnica flower and I'm going to do it over this paper towel so I don't spill too much. A nice heaping level. Hopefully, you're not going to turn this so you'll be able to see it better. There you go. Because the print on the mason jar sometimes hides the contents. So there we go. We got 1 heaping cup of arnica flour. Okay. And then we'll just clean our mess up, you know, when we get done. But then you just see, that's right there. Okay. We want to at least go like right up to here with all of our goodies. So, gotta leave space because you will be shaking. Okay, so you gotta leave yourself some space between your plants and your oils so they can get nice and saturated. Okay, so we might go just a little bit more with the maybe just a tad more. There we go. There we go. We got arnica in there. So that was a little over 1/3 of a cup. Okay. So now we're going to add in our comfrey. Maybe just a tad little over. Okay. There we go. All right. And then we're going to add in our peppermint. Man, does that smell good. Every time you open mint, man, it just comes right out. And your nose just opens right up, doesn't it? It's like, oh, so beautiful. Mint is so, so beautiful. Now, this is a heaping, okay? Okay. We're not going to go over on the mint. Okay. Now we're going to take our calendula, beautiful calendula. Now the calendula, you kind of got to like smash it down some, so because it's you want to make sure you get enough in there. Let me take that tag out. I always put my own little tag inside the jar. All right, let's see what that looks like. Nice heaping cup of calendula. There we go. Loosen it. You know, you can put your fingers in there and loosen it a little. You don't want it packed. There you go. Let's put that back in there. Now see where we are with our jar? There we are with our jar. Beautiful. Okay, all we have left is to add in our hot peppers. Okay? And that you want a little bit more of. So we're going to do about a half a cup full of the hot peppers. Woo, you can smell them. That'll open up your airways. Okay, so now that we have, I do need to get, no, you know what, I'm just going to shake it. It'll be fine. I was going to go get a bamboo stick to, you know, I am, because I think we should de-air bubble the jar. Okay. Somehow I always seem to forget my my bamboo stick, but that's okay. Because you'll want to, you know, get the air bubbles out if you can. All right, so now that we have all of our blend in there, which is, hope you can see that really good. And so now, the first thing I want to do before, I'm going to move some of this out of my way. I am going to use, now that we're done with the dry stuff, we got all of our dry stuff in. So now I want to use my 1/3 cup. And then we'll use our avocado. But I want to add in 1/3 cup of my hemp CBD blend that I made. Because I want that avocado infusion oil in there. With all the properties of the hemp in there. So we're going to take our jar. There we go. We still got plenty left. And then we're going to take our oil and pour that right over. And I'm just going to let that settle while I get my lid on. Now, the thing is, we want our oil to be above the plant matter across. Okay, but not all the way tippy full, because you need space, you know, to shake. So, okay. So, let me put that to the side. So now I'm going to take my organic avocado oil that is cold pressed, okay? It's 100% cold pressed. So try to use really good organic oils if you're going to be making these yourself. So we're going to fill over above the plant line, okay? So we're going to add that in over top of our CBD oil blend that I just had put in there. I can hear the bubbles. I don't know if you can see those bubbles, but yeah. Okay, we're going to stop for just a minute. See the bubbles right here? There you go. This is when your bamboo stick comes in handy. You want to take it and just, it doesn't matter if you stir or not, because you're going to stir it anyway. So you just want to poke it around release those air bubbles down there so that your oil can get to the bottom. This is pretty thick, you know, plants. So, especially the comfrey and the peppermint, which is a fine, you know, a little bit more finer leaf matter than the arnica flower and calendula was. So it's really, and it's really grabbing onto those peppers and the mint and, you know, the comfrey. So once you think you got some of those air bubbles out, then you can continue on with your oil. Now, mind you, this will turn. You notice the color, okay? Notice the color of our oil as we start our infusion, okay? And then in 4 to 6 weeks. Now, you're going to want to shake this, okay? At least once a day. So put it in a cool, dark area where you can put it in your cabinet. Don't forget about it. Put your label on there. We're going to put our label on there with our ingredients, the date, you know, what we used, and list it. And, you know, it's muscle and joint rub oil, and what you put in there, and the date, so you'll know. And then you'll know, and if you want to put ready, and then you count 4 to 6 weeks up, then you'll know when to strain it. Sometimes I like to do that. Okay, I think I'm just going to add just a little bit more. It's pretty loose in there, but I know it's going to suck up some of that. So anytime during your infusion process, if the oil level should drop and you see your plant matter not being as covered as much, feel free to top it off, okay? It's not going to hurt. You want your plants well in, you know, your infusion. And I'm just mixing in that CBD oil that I put in there and with my new avocado oil. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful blend. Okay, we're going to add just a smidge more. There we go. And I'm going to let it go just like that. I'm going to put my lid on so I don't spill nothing. And then on goes your lid. Okay, and then we're going to give it a good shake. Let me stand up. This is our beautiful muscle joint icy hot infusion. And this is going to make a great muscle and joint oil rub. And we are just going to give it a shake every day. And if you need to add a little more oil, keep your oil above your plant matter. Cool, dark place. Put your label on there, and in 4 to 6 weeks, you can strain it. I hope to come back to when we get to that point. Just give it a good shake. Okay? You're not going to hurt it. Okay? You got to give it a good shake. Give it a good shake. Let it all get mixed. Okay, so we're good. And so we will be putting this on the counter. And in 4 weeks, I'll be, well, we'll shake it every day, but in 4 weeks, I'll be checking it. And when time comes for us to come back and strain, and we get to the next part. Now, if your liquid starts to turn red, don't get excited. It's fine. It's because of the peppers. Okay, so it's fine. So we'll see. We'll be back in like 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll be taking it to the next step, and we'll be adding in our next ingredients to the final liquid form of our infused oil. Okay, we'll be back soon. God bless you. And hey, thanks for stopping by today. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.